A very warm welcome. It seems that we're at a funny time of year. The old year closing down, the new beginning. And I was speaking to a friend yesterday who said they are refusing to say Happy New Year because they don't believe it is the end of the new year just yet. The energies just aren't aligned with this. We are in the depths of winter. So we maybe have to wait until the spring. We see the Chinese New Year coming in February. This is a chance to really start to birth new, fresh ideas and move forwards in line with springtime rather than where we are now in the depths of winter. So, however it falls for you, the cards are certainly speaking. I'll see if we have one final card before I start talking about them. There we go. So yes, a bit of conflict, a bit of inner conflict here about, do we stay or do we go? Is this the end of the old? Is this in with the new? Is it not quite there yet? There seems to be some confusion, and I think certainly people are feeling this. And this card, the Five of Wands, shows struggle. It shows conflict. And the five also represents a turning point. A turning point where you recognize that perhaps instead of putting your energy into things that just aren't helping, you do it differently and you put some structure into your life. These youngsters, they could be struggling and squabbling among themselves, or they could be building something. And it seems here you have the choice. And the choice here represents a turning point where you allow a higher version, a higher ideal to come through you. This is the sort of purpose of the fives, is to recharge your course. Take yourself in a new direction, perhaps. But maybe to do that, as I mentioned before we got started with the cards, maybe we're at a transitional stage right now. We are closing down chapters. And we will be opening up new ones. And to do so, perhaps we need to resolve some internal conflict, some things that just aren't sitting with us quite happily right now. And it does seem, as we have the 10 of Wands here, that you are still carrying a lot. And you don't want to carry this with you into the new year. And so have a look. You're being offered the opportunity now with these cards to have a look at what burdens you are carrying, what responsibilities, what people. What is it that you're finding heavy? And notice here we have a 10. And the 10 is the sign of an X, and X marks a spot. And it's kind of, X marks a spot where you can drop these wands should you choose to. Are you going to drop them behind you? Never to repeat those same experiences, never to do this. Sorry. We have, sorry, that's Chuck Bass wanting to get in on the action. So this is about dropping wands, never picking them up again, or will you drop them in front of you and start to gather them all back up again? How strong are you at this time to create closure, to create the ending? We have here, I've spoken about this before, when we enter into 2026, the numerology is of a 10-year. And the 10 is important because it's a 1 and a naught, 1 and a 0. And that naught is important because as much as we can reduce it down in numerology terms to a 1, and we think about the birth of new things, a new year, new creation, new ideas, new versions of self, new identity. If we add to that the naught or the 0, we add creation, we add God, we add that source of all things. And there we're invited to co-create. And we know that we are not God. We can create, but it is the creation happens through us, not because of us. We can dream things into existence, but we are creating that with our creator, with our own source creator. I hope that kind of makes sense. So, where can you, at this time, when you may be feeling conflicted and there is an opportunity to turn your direction, where can that be by becoming a clear channel that allows God or Source or the universe, whatever you want to call that creative life force, allow it to flow through you effortlessly, easily? Where can you get out of your own way? Where can you put down everything that you've kind of started to carry around with you? Where can it be dropped behind you? Let go, be free. And we return to considering a new blank page, the page of Pentacles. We return to this opportunity to take a moment to pause, to step outside the busyness that keeps us distracted from who we truly are. What is it that we are here for? Maybe these deeper questions are here now because it's the winter time. Sorry. Chuck Bass is being persistent, asking us to slow down. What am I here for? What's my purpose? Who am I? We were talking about this in a group just this week. And I offer a suggestion that we are simply here to hold a frequency. We're here to anchor frequency and light, nothing more than that. And what if that's all you're here for? Can that release the weight from your shoulders? And people can get confused and they can get worked up about the fact that their frequency is going up and down, and it's hard work trying to maintain a frequency, trying to be happy all the time, which is what so many people are striving for. Well, I say, if you're holding a frequency, what frequency is that for? What are you harmonizing with? Is it yourself? Is it this world? Is it this cosmos, the universe? If you are holding a frequency in this cosmos, in this universe, any variation of up and down is never going to register. Doesn't matter whether you go up or down. It's still reflecting this cosmic harmony that we're all singing out. And you can waver, and it doesn't matter. Release that burden. Release that responsibility and be light. And so we have our page inviting you to consider, with all the freedom that just being a frequency allows you to be, what do I want to create from this space, from this feeling? Our page has oak trees in the distance, a field ready, prepared for you to plant seeds in the background, and the page holding that seed. And I spoke yesterday of a quote by Vladimir Megre. You can watch the video from yesterday to see that. And the idea coming about, if a chicken hatches a chick, and if a duck gives birth to a duck, and an eagle gives birth to an eagle, I don't know what a baby eagle is. Anyway, the point is, who are you? And what are you going to give birth to? What is your egg? Who are you? The hen is a hen. It will always give birth to a chick. An eagle will always give birth to a baby eagle. What is it? Who are you? Ask that question. What would you like to grow? What is your legacy going to be? I had another friend recently who was nearly involved in an accident, a very high speed on the road accident, and it brought her face to face with death. And it followed that she had a dream about that she died. And her awakening response is panic and fear about, what have I achieved? What am I wasting my time here for? Death presents us with that gift. So what is your legacy going to be? What would you like to plant in this time, at this time? We can see from our page that if he was to plant an oak from an acorn, that given time, it will grow to a forest. You see the oak trees in the distance. So now, with fallow fields, with empty fields at winter time, we can consider and just take time to consider what seeds we will be planting for the springtime, what we would like to see come forth. And let's release the pressure. Let's take off the pressure of having to achieve anything. Instead, what does our heart sing for us to do? If you're enjoying the cards, I do ask that you like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much to those of you who've already done so. It really does make a difference. And I would love to get to over 100 subscribers within this year, if not a lot more. And I ask you now to close your eyes, and we're going to do a short meditation if you are willing and able. So take a moment now to just scan your energy. How are you feeling in terms of energy right now? Do you know that you're dispersing energy on things that aren't helping? Are you feeling conflicted inside? Is there a choice or a decision to make? And where at this time with a 5, can you feel encouraged to ask for help, for support, to co-create in your existence, to a power higher than yours? And if you don't believe in God or the universe or source, then perhaps this is the highest version of you. Where can you call on that highest version of you to build something, to give some structure to your life? Notice where things have been heavy this past year, or perhaps for years. There are many wands and many responsibilities that you may be feeling falling on your shoulders. It's time for you to maybe use all of these wands to set up a fence, a firm boundary, so that you can say, no, I take back my power. I'm no longer giving it away to these things, these people, these situations. I no longer allow my power to be dispersed in this way. I take it back. And I cast these wands, all these burdens, all these responsibilities behind me, and I am not picking them up again. I'm going to turn them into a fence through which I'm not going back. I move forwards. And with the 10 here, I choose to co-create a different version of my life, of me. And our page is asking you for a moment. Who are you? Ask yourself, who am I? And can you imagine that you are a frequency, a pillar of light? And that's all you are here for, to anchor that frequency, nothing more. And can that release you from shackles, from chains that have kept you weighed down? And from that space, can you be more playful, more youthful in considering what you'd love to do next? A hen hatches a chick. A duck will give birth to an egg that hatches a duckling. An eagle, a baby eagle. Who are you? What are you going to give birth to? What is in your egg? We have time now in this winter time to ask this question. And it doesn't have to be only overcomplicated. It can simply be that you are a frequency. And be playful with that. What would you love to create? Or maybe you just want to turn up this year with presence, sheer presence. Put a smile on your face, and in your own time, you can come back to the room and open your eyes. The cards today saying, don't struggle. Find the new path. Lay your burden down, but lay it down behind you. We are at an end. Let it down. Let go. Let go. Let go. And with a blank canvas and a light heart, have a think about this year ahead and what you'd like to bring to this world before you die, and see death as a gift. And have fun and have a wonderful day.